Hello and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews here on this beautiful Monday night. Wanted to do a quick little couple of updates on what's been going on with me. As everybody is well aware, there's been a huge ammo shortage across the country. People freaking out buying whatever they can. And I've actually been able to find a little bit more here and there. So you guys saw the teaser video I did with the Kel Tec Sub 2000 when I first bought it. I bought one box of ammo. Not really what I'm talking about here, but if you do look and you're diligent every single day, you can still find some halfway decent deals on ammo. I was watching a website a while back and I found a spam can of Red Army Standard 7.62 by 39, so 640 rounds. Was able to pick it up for what I thought was a normal price. It was about $204, I think, plus shipping, so it was about $220 shipped for 640 rounds, which is about the normal cost that you can find it when it's at a store. Is about $8 for 20 rounds, something like that. I didn't think that was too bad, so I got one of those, added to my 7.62 by 39 stash. And then I also found some Wolf brand the military 7.62 by 54R. I picked up 200 rounds of that stuff for a fairly good price. It was $10.99, I think, a box of 20. So that's not too bad for 7.62 54. I haven't seen it that cheap in probably 2 years. And the Wolf stuff is pretty nice on that, and the Red Army Standard for 7.62 seems to be pretty good. So and just a little, little brief discussion on ammo. I heard from a buddy of mine who works at a shop part-time that the dealers are actually buying those big spam cans or the cases of ammo off the websites online, which is why the price is so high. Because if they're buying them for between 50 cents, 75 cents, sometimes $1 a round in the big bulk packs, that's why when you go to the shops a lot of time, you're paying way more than you'd ever expect to pay, even if you can buy it online. So, I mean, I found a couple of shops locally that had some stuff. One Army surplus store had a bunch of ammo that they were selling. They were basically selling any caliber for $1 a round, between 95 cents and $1 a round. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not desperate enough to pay $1 a round for ammo right now. And again, the 9mm video, that was a little bit of a joke. I did not pay $300 for a box of 9mm. I kept getting a bunch of people, oh my God, you're stupid, why would you do that, and all this stuff. So I didn't pay $1 a round for 9mm. I paid $20 for 50 rounds, which I didn't think was too bad considering what's going on. The next best price that I've seen anywhere, again, if you bought a case of 1,000 rounds, it was $500 online, and they had 2 pallets of that stuff, and it sold out in about 20 minutes. I didn't want to spend $500 on ammo. To me, even 50 cents a round is still too much, and I have a pretty good assortment of it. So I've been trying not to buy the big, huge bulk packs that dump out a ton of money. Again, my whole philosophy on storing up ammo, and the reason I'm not panicking right now is because I buy a little bit at a time. I've been doing that for the last 6 or 7 years. I shoot a little bit and I buy double what I shot, so I have a pretty good store of ammo. I never really took count of what I had. This week I've been kind of working on rearranging stuff, moving stuff around so that I have my bulk surplus ammo with whatever firearm I need it with. But trying to make sure that your ammo is where your firearms are. So if you have storage in your house in 2 or 3 different areas, you don't necessarily want to have all of your ammo stored in one area when you can't get to it in an emergency. So I've talked about having multiple magazines. Now that I know I have a fairly good amount of ammo, that's one thing that I'm working toward, is making sure I have enough of magazines for each one of my firearms. Also for my SKS and my Mosin Nagants, I've been buying extra stripper clips, and I'm preloading all my stripper clips with ammo, so if I do need to use one of those firearms, very easy to access the ammo. You don't want to have to be manually loading everything in an emergency. You need it ready ahead of time, and you need all that stuff preloaded with magazines, with stripper clips, wherever your firearms are stored, or at least close to them so you can get to them in an emergency. So that's kind of what I've been working on. Now, in addition to that, a couple other things. Obviously, you saw the Kel Tec video. I'm going to try to get out to the range again soon with that. I actually bought a whole bunch of M Carbo accessories for that. I bought the aluminum takedown lever, the aluminum trigger, the extended magazine release. I bought the rubber grippy pad for the buffer tube, and then I also bought the 2-finger charging handle for it. So I'm going to take that out to the range again soon and see how it performs now that it has all those upgrades on it. Again, I didn't do the spring kit for the trigger or anything like that. I didn't think it was really that bad to begin with. So I did the external upgrades that are going to make it function better, make it lock up better when you close it and things like that with the takedown lever. So that's going to be another video I'll have coming up soon, and I'll talk about the upgrades I did to that. Also, quite a while back, I did a couple of videos with a Savage Walking Varminter Model 25. And 223, a bolt action that I had. And I actually was thinking about that particular firearm, and it was a nice firearm. It shot well. Everything about it was pretty good quality, but I never really quite liked the stock. The stock always seemed a little bit flimsy on it to me, and the bolt was a little bit wiggly, and the magazines on that thing were pretty terrible. They had plastic 4-round magazines. You could really only put 3 rounds in them, or the feed lips would open up. Gun functioned perfectly fine, but the magazines were about $25 to $35 a piece. I had bought 4 of them over the last 4 or 5 years since I've had the gun, but it was just one of those things. If you need a long range rifle and you only have 3 rounds in it, yeah, it's meant for hunting, it's meant for long range target shooting, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So when I bought my Kel Tec, I was in the gun store and I actually saw a Ruger American Predator in 223. So the Savage had a 25-inch long barrel. It had the AccuTrigger, had a 4-round magazine, non-threaded barrel. The Ruger American Varminter in 223 has also a 22-inch long barrel. It takes AR-15 magazine. And it had a threaded barrel. So I ended up trading in my Savage. I got a fair price for it. And then I had to put down a little extra money to get the Ruger American, but now I have a AR magazine compatible gun. So very easy to find magazines, still in 223. It's not a 5.56, it's a 223, but it had a rail on it from the factory, has a threaded barrel, so I put a muzzle brake on it. And yes, I know you don't need a muzzle brake for a 223, but I don't have a silencer, and in my opinion, muzzle brakes are cool. If it has a threaded barrel, it's going to get a muzzle brake. I've talked about that before, so just get over it. But that's what I have. So that's going to be on my channel pretty soon. I ordered a bunch of 10-round mags because it's a bolt action. You don't really need more than 10-round mags on that. And I know that's being a channel talking about guns. It's kind of facetious for me to say that because I'm anti-regulation when it comes to legally owning firearms. I think everything should be legal. Now I can find pre-ban AR mags and get 30-round, 40-round magazines for it, which I probably will when I find some. But for now, again, in the period of time that we're in, if I can buy 10-round magazines, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of 10-round magazines, and I'm going to keep them loaded up near the rifle. So if I ever have an emergency, I can grab those magazines and that rifle and be ready to rock and roll. Also have 12 power scope on it, so it's good for, pretty good distance range. And I think the barrel on it is a little bit thicker than the one on the Walking Varminter. The ironic thing is the price of the Ruger American. I think it was $4.79 in the store. The list price for the Walking Varminter is about $6.29 or something. So there's a pretty big difference in the cost of the two. But to me, the Ruger feels like it's a much more substantial firearm. Both of them had 3 locking lugs on the bolt and things like that. But just another piece for my channel. So that'll be coming up pretty soon. It'll be the Ruger American Predator in 223. And I'll have the upgrades to my Kel Tec Sub 2000. So just a little bit of discussion. I thank you guys for tuning in. Anybody that wants to listen to me babble about things, it's great. I do this just for fun. I don't have to do this. I'm not getting paid for this, but I do like to talk. So thank you for your time. Remember to support your 2A rights. Remember, always take care to make sure that your freedoms are not pulled away from you. God bless America. Have a great night. Thanks for watching Cranky Gun Reviews.